Welcome everybody to this special therapy session where I've invited a cast of all the Overwatch characters I can collect. And I did individual interviews with them, letting them know who they are, letting you know who they are. And right now I'm going to discuss their issues with life and the game in general. But anyway, let's get started. Hammond? Now, Hammond, from what I'm to understand, you're one of the most recent Overwatch characters, coming in, I believe, right before Sigma. Now, what's it like just being introduced into the game so late in the game? Interesting. Now, from what I'm to understand, you also were stuck on a moon base with a bunch of apes, so that must have been a traumatic experience. How has it affected you? Interesting. So you felt like through technology and science you were able to make it through that harsh experience. You feel like you've bettered yourself through it. That's truly inspiring. Now, have you managed to talk to Winston? Do you feel like you're not ready to fully talk to him? You're not ready to fully comprehend talking to your friend who you haven't talked to in years? He doesn't even know you're alive. Look, we all need our own support system, and I feel like Winston would be so happy to see you. And would be so happy to know you're still alive. Go out and find him. There, little guy. Thank you for discussing this with me. So, Angela. Miss Ziegler. Oh.
Yes?
Now, you are one of the original Overwatch characters. And you've been one of the ones that have changed so drastically over the years. You've had multiple redesigns from beginning to right now. How does it feel?
Well, I've grown accustomed to it. Apparently I'm the character that needs the most change.
And why do you feel that is?
Honestly, I don't even know anymore. I finally get an edge, they decide to rip it away from me. Over and over again. It's starting to disappoint but I question why I exist.
Well, you see, you exist as the ultimate support for your team. Your main priority is to support them and to always be by their side no matter what. You're one of the only healers. The only thing I can really do for that is this. You are the angel that looks over them. You are the guardian angel for everyone in Overwatch. You know how many other people can fly in Overwatch? Like you do? But Farah's the only one, and she requires a jetpack. You fly to who you need, because you are one of the healers that everybody needs. And you're one of the most reliable ones. You can boost your teammates like Orisa can with her ult. You can fly to teammates quicker than a Farah can. And you don't rush into battle like Lucio does. You don't run out of healing like Moira. You don't need to focus on your healing like Anna. You don't have, granted, yes, you don't have immortality feel, but I'm pretty sure in a few years that's going to become Baptiste's ult.
Maybe. I don't know anymore.
Look.
It's just, I've had my up days and my down days and nothing. Don't worry about it.
And that's understandable. We all have our ups and downs. But one thing you have to know for sure is that the day always gets brighter.
It does.
And someday, you're going to be back in the sun. Overwatch 2 is just around the corner.
this. I guess.
Don't give up hope too soon, Angela.
I won't. Oh, well, I'll try not to.
Good. So, Lena Oxton,
That's
the face of Overwatch, who people call the main character of Overwatch, who whenever you boot up the game, you see it every time. How has that affected you?
I've grown quite popular, but it hasn't really affected me, honestly.
Now, one thing that has been somewhat interesting, I'm not sure if you were this before they announced it, but you are seeing a woman.
Oh, yes. Emily?
Yes, how's that relationship going?
It's going amazing, actually.
Good. And you don't feel like you don't feel like the fame of being the face of Overwatch has affected it too much?
No. Not at all, actually.
Now, also from what I'm to understand, you went through an experiment that left you somewhat, like, discombobulated in the timeline, I guess?
Yes. Back in the day when we were doing experiments, yeah, it wasn't a pleasant time at all.
Yeah.
I thought I wouldn't be saved, but then Winston came.
Right. Oh, sorry, Angela? You have to go to sleep? Angela? Oh. Well, I hope you get some good rest. Sorry about that, Alina.
Fine.
So, that must have been a traumatic experience for you.
Yes, it was. But I've grown, and it's my past now.
Well, something I understand is that your past can still always come back to haunt you. And yes, you may be positive now, but have you seen like an actual therapist to talk about the possible ramifications of this coming back?
I don't really want to think about it too much, because it's not very pleasant to think about, so I usually try to avoid it
Of course.
as best I can.
No, and I understand that, but at some point we all have to realize that things are going to happen to us. And that it's going to be out of our control. And it would help if we had someone to talk to. But for right now, I'm glad you're doing okay. And that you're feeling way better after the accident.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, Jesse McCree.
Hey.
So, you are one of the most popular characters to voice in Overwatch. You are one of the most popular characters to do fanfics, fan art, fan skins of. Second only to Diva. What's wrong,
I have
problem?
a problem.
What's up?
I don't know why people call me with Hanzo.
Ah,
I have a problem, yeah. Hanzo.
I was about to ask how you felt about the being shipped with Hanzo.
There's nothing related to it. I don't know why people put me Hanzo. I don't know why you put him in my name.
Well,
It made me a
you
little
see,
bit sad.
a lot of times when a fan base sees two sexually attractive people, they will try to put them together. It has happened in multiple cases with different series.
Oh, I'm not with him.
Now, are you
That's
sure you
just
don't
like
feel
Diva.
anything towards him?
I'm just friends, you know? We were just drinking sake. Last time I was in there.
Well, That's the thing the fan base does, is they always assume more out of so little. Like, they see you with Sombra, and then all of a sudden they think you and Sombra are dating.
You know, people like to create stuff. As we are.
People
Like
like to create fan fiction.
Lucy and Sala.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
the main thing is you can't let that bring you down, and you can't let that affect your relationships. Like, is there someone you would
That
like
just
to be in a
made me
relationship
little
with?
bit sad. I don't lie. I was in a relationship with Ash, but everything got changed, you know?
Everything got changed, and now all of a sudden your voice actor is like, yes, I would be completely into McCree Hanzo.
I don't know about him, but me. No, it's real different. No lie.
Do you feel like you want to make it up with Ash?
For real. I mean, the last time I saw her bike, you know, I don't think that she will forgive me about it, but I will try.
Trust me.
Oh my god.
If you never try, you're never going to succeed. So yes, return the bike. Return the bike. Apologize for what you did. And she's not. And don't try to ask her out right then and there. But eventually, I know you two will see it. Will come around because you both seem to really care about each other.
Thank you, pal.
Of course.
It really helped.
I try. And now, Jameson Fox.
How do you do?
So, you live in Australia. You're irradiated.
God.
You have been blown up on multiple occasions, costing you your arm, your leg, and also causing your hair to be permanently on fire somehow.
Well, not that part is not true. So there's a little thing I use. Yeah, it's flammable. Well, it's called gel, and for some reason the gel I have it's really flammable. So I'll just put it on the tip, light it up, and let it spark. So that's pretty much my technique. And yeah, I only do the top, as you can see. Only do
Right.
the top.
Now, as far as your arm and leg go, what's it like being a double amputee? How's that affected your life?
Do you mind repeating that question again?
You're a double amputee. How do you feel that has affected your life, especially in such a harsh environment?
Not really affected me. I have my robotic arm that kind of works like a normal arm and my peg leg. My peg leg, I kinda like my peg leg because it's fun to just blow stuff up and I don't gotta worry about another leg. So, it pretty much, when it comes to the explosives, I only let my peg leg supposedly take the damage while my feet are perfectly fine.
But that's the thing. When do the explosions stop? When do you stop lighting the bombs?
That's kind of a difficult question. It takes time and practice, and it's like, it comes, so you know how you do a certain job multiple times that it's kind of good already, and you already know what to do? It's kind of like that. Yes.
But that's the thing. Your job is to steal from others and to blow up things. You are somewhat of a, how people have called you, a terrorist of sorts.
People could call me terrorist all they want. All I really care about is I'm stealing from the rich. If you really think about it, I'm not.
And are you giving
really
to the poor?
No, but the rich won't really need that money. They already have a lot. So
Well,
might as
who are you
stay a
stealing
little bit.
from, as far as the rich go?
I stole from the government. Their bank.
Which ones?
The bank, the government.
Okay, so you
I
stole from a
honestly-
Bank of
I honestly
America.
don't pay attention to the name. No, I haven't done it to America yet. I've only done it in Australia.
Okay.
So,
Have you stolen from
Yeah.
Sky Industries?
I mean, fun fact, me and Brody were actually planning that, but at the same time, not really, because of course we don't want any problems. Since it's a different
Well-
country, we don't know the terrain. Since we're from Australia, we
Well,
know
that's the
Australia.
thing. Didn't you also rob Japan?
I think we have, actually.
You don't even fully remember, do you?
No, because, so, what Brody was telling me is that I kind of have memory loss because of the radiation. So,
Now,
sometimes
have you ever
things
thought of
come and go,
leaving
and-
Australia?
Never what?
Ever thought of leaving the Australian outback?
No, because it's home. Why would you ever leave home? Yeah, it's fun to go to another place, but why would you live in another home?
Well,
and not
that's the thing.
come back to your own? Yeah, like,
Well, that's the thing. You were born
so
there.
It's fun to go. It's fun to go to places, but living there is different. Yeah, you're a tourist. You can do pretty much almost anything, and you don't really gotta worry about bills and all that. So it's kind of like, oh, you're living there. You're living on the road, basically. If you're pretty much living on the road, you don't gotta live like you don't gotta get a home.
Well,
You
that's
can
the
just
thing.
pretty much go to places, take it, try to trick it, get all that. So basically, I'm living the cheap bastard life, if you want to call it that. But
Well-
in reality, in my eyes, I'm living it as pretty much outgoing and pretty much just saving money.
And that works for some people. I'm not sure if it fully works for you, but the reason why I ask you to leave Australia is because it's harmful on your mental state, your physical state. Like, you're hunched over. Like,
It's honestly
and
because
shaking.
of the riptide on my back.
bald. You seem to not even have any clean clothes, like, to fully wear.
This is me. I don't really care how I look.
Well, it's not about how you look, it's about how
honestly
you
just
feel.
that. I feel fine
Jamie.
like this.
Okay, so I looked over your health records. You are not okay. You have like several
What do you
different kinds
mean?
of diseases, including radiation poisoning, including burn damage, including a bleaching.
Okay, and I'm perfectly fine. See, I can jump.
Okay, I can jump. McCree can jump. Lena can jump. Even like the robot can jump. The robot Hammond is
Yeah.
using can jump. May can.
If
I thought May was
I
over
was
here.
wrong, if I was in bad condition, I wouldn't be able to walk normally. I would not be able to jump.
You don't
Nor would
walk
I be able to
normally.
fly with explosives.
You don't walk
My-
normally. You have an infected stump on both your arm and leg. You are
You
in
can call it that.
denial.
I just call it a scar.
Look, you have a classic case of denial. Yes, you have sociopathic tendencies. Yes, you have psychopathic tendencies. And yes, you're very morbid. But the main problem is you have a serious case of denial, Jameson.
No, I don't.
Exactly my point. You aren't listening to me. You're listening to what you would like to hear. Like, what would you like to hear is that you're completely fine. You're the spitting image of mental and physical health. And everything is perfectly okay. Yet, you know it's not. You just refuse to see it. You think everything's gonna be okay, just you and Rhodey on the road.
Well, Rhodey has been there for my life. It literally, like, yeah, I pay him too, but he's actually more than just a bodyguard. He's been family for me. So since I'm also an orphanage, an orphan, I don't really have family. So Rhodey is the only family I have right now, and he's been.
But
there
here's the
for me
thing.
more than others.
Is he abusive? Is he?
No,
Is he?
he's really not. He's a teddy bear, pretty much. He just doesn't show it, but he is a teddy bear.
Okay. Is he emotionally there for you?
Yes.
So he's not gonna be so he's not distant?
No, he's not. What is that exactly?
As in, he doesn't create a boundary between you and him.
No, not really. Yeah, of course there'll be moments where, you know how people like getting some break between each other. Yeah, I do annoy him with my dumb ideas. And of course you need a, like, time to deal with me and all that. So I get that. And that's pretty much what he does. He just gets some space between both of us, but in reality he's still there for me. Even if I don't pay him, I'm pretty sure he'll still be there for me.
And that's the issue. He wouldn't be there. Because you pay him to be there.
No.
He's doing the same thing I'm doing. He's essentially your father figure for hire.
No. You got it wrong.
Jameson.
Right? He's not there for the money.
Jameson.
I don't really pay him. We both do bank jobs and he takes some of it.
Okay, fine. How about you tell him that you're not gonna pay him anymore? Just tell him you're not gonna pay him anymore. See what happens. See if he sticks around with you.
Okay.
Because I guarantee you, when you stop paying him, he's gonna stop being there for you. Because that's in his nature. And it's someone in your nature, too. And it's why I wanted to help you. You have a girlfriend now with May, correct?
Somewhat.
And you're starting to open up to newer people in newer areas.
Yeah.
Then that's the thing. Junkertown and all of Australia, at this point, isn't worth it. It isn't worth staying there and, like, practically killing yourself every day. Junkertown is irradiating you, and it's a constant negative influence. Roadhog is a constant negative influence because he just keeps enforcing these negative things onto you, like robbing banks and blowing things up. Yes, that's stuff you grew up with, but at some point you have to grow up and you have to move on from that stuff.
Well, I have never thought of it like that. And you know how you were speaking to Rowdy? Speaking about Rowdy, he's actually the one who sent me here. He's like, hey, I've heard of a therapist that might actually help with you. And he was right. You're actually opening my mind.
Yes.
Really don't.
Look, you can ignore my words all you want, but what you can't ignore is how everything has affected you. You are shaking right now due to radiation poisoning and so many other issues. Your hair is on fire because of an Australian branded shampoo. Look, Australia isn't good for you. Maybe it's time you find somewhere else. And maybe it's time you stopped robbing banks and started using your personality for better things. You know, I can actually meet you up with some people I made at a construction company. Oh, your mic.
What mic?
Someone's mic.
Okay.
Anyway. But look, Junkertown has been your home all your life, but it has affected you so negatively in your adult life that you can no longer afford to live. Not afford as in money-wise, afford as in health-wise, both mentally and physically. You need to move on. Find a new home. Grow into your own person. And it's about time. And it's about time You stopped bringing your teddy bear with you everywhere you went.
Wait, how do you know about that?
No, it's a metaphor for bro dog.
Oh. Okay.
Because that teddy bear,
Uh,
despite being helpful, is a crutch.
yeah,
And eventually, we have to trade in our crutches and walk the line.
you might be right. I might have to talk to Angela and say that, because I know she does good medical things. I'm pretty sure she can help me with this.
And I will
with
prescribe you some medicine.
somebody.
Well, I can't prescribe you medicine, but... And I will tell her about you.
Right then, we got a deal then. I'll work on all that.
Okay. Very good. And now, let's have a group therapy where we all discuss our issues with one another and see how we can all help each other. Give me a second.